Hey there guys, welcome to another post on Dad to Dad, and today I'm gonna tell you a story about something that I experienced in the past with my girls that was pretty fun for me overall. So one day my oldest daughter, back when she was pretty young, came up to me and asked me why one of her friends has a different color skin than she has. So I sat her down and decided to tell her about how we're all humans and that different colored skin is just something that some people have, and it's called ethnicity, but it doesn't make them any different than anyone. It's just they have a different color of skin. Like some people have a different color of hair and other people have different colored eyes and some people have a different shape of body. So I sat down and was talking to her and said that skin color is something that really is not anything that she needs to focus on because it doesn't really matter. If she's your friend, then she's your friend. It doesn't matter what skin color she is. And she was sitting there listening and agreeing with me. But I sat down and told her that me and her friend and her mommy and her grandma, that all of us, that we're all human beings. And that we're all one species. So as a human species, we have different colors of skin, we have different colors of hair, but no matter what, we're all one. We're all together in the same species. And I sat down and talked to my oldest daughter about that, and then my youngest daughter, I had the same conversation with her, saying that it's not about anything about how it looks on the outside. It's all about that we're together, that we're humans, and that's the only thing that really matters, is that we're all human beings. So she took this very much to heart, and she started calling people humans instead of a man or a woman or a child or anything like that. I suddenly started becoming daddy human, and her mommy was mommy human. And I would take my girls to the park, and there was one day where there was a man just sitting by himself in a pavilion, and I was walking up to the park with my girls, and my youngest daughter pointed up at that man and proceeded to yell, "Hey Daddy, there's a human in there, there's a human over there." And the man just kind of looked at me all weird, and I just kind of looked at him, smiled and waved. She goes, "There's a human in there." So I'm thinking this guy probably thinks that tiny little alien children are getting ready to abduct him, because that's certainly what it sounded like. But we just walked by as he gave us a very uneasy look. Later on that day, we were sitting at the park and another woman came up with her daughter and sat down kind of near me, and her daughter went off to go play. So my youngest daughter once again came up to me and pointed at the little girl and said, "There's a little human girl over there." I said, "Yes, there is a little girl over there." She goes, "Can I go play with the human girl?" And the mom just kind of looked at me with a weird look, and said, "Yeah, go ahead and go play with the little girl. She is a human, but you can call her girl." And no, that didn't matter. She was a human girl, not just a little girl. So now for years, my girls have called people humans instead of man or woman or child. They would just add human to the end. There's a woman, there's a human woman, there's a human man, I'm daddy human, human child, human girl, human boy. And to me, it was so much entertainment to watch people look at me as if my children were aliens. It sounded like little alien children were running around and did not know how to refer to people. I repeatedly told them that they can just call them a little girl or a little boy or a man, and I could just be daddy. And they started getting better and better at that, but I think they really liked calling people humans, so they still did it every once in a while. And they're a lot older now, so they don't do that anymore, but even occasionally they'll still point at somebody and call them a human, and they're technically correct. They are humans, so I can't really fault them there for that. But if this conversation or topic ever comes up with your child, feel free to use that argument, because it leads to a lot of interesting and fun times in the future when people start thinking that your child is an alien. But all in all, it was a very good message to send them. I'm glad I talked to them about that. They know that we're all human beings, we're all one, that skin color, hair color, shape, that all is irrelevant because they're just a human like me and you. But I can't say that I didn't enjoy getting uneasy looks from people as they thought that my little girls potentially might abduct them. Now, one important thing to note is when you have this conversation about different ethnicities with your child, you need to also have the conversation that different ethnicities might have different cultures or different religions, and that they hold that very dear to them. It's very important that we do what we can to respect it. I also had this conversation with my children during the whole "we're all human" conversation, and I feel like they understood to the best of their abilities for the young age that they were at. And with conversations like that, we can teach our children to grow up to respect all cultures, all ethnicities, all religions, without viewing them as if they're a completely different species. And if you like my videos so far, make sure you like and subscribe, and I will have more videos coming out soon.